us down.
Do you ever look dumpy, by the way?
Do I ever look downbeat?
Dumpy.
Dumpy.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're always so very, very well qualified.
That's because I know I'm being filmed for this. You can ask my husband. I was on television this morning, and we were joking around because I was like, it worked out perfect because Friday is my day to shower. So that really sums up my mom life. If I can go 3 days without showering, you better believe I'm gonna do it.
Oh my!
But Friday is your shower day.
It is my shower day.
Perfect. Thank goodness for us, huh, guys? Huh?
Oh yeah,
rock and roll there.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very charming Kathy Holman, Prairie Wife in Heels. The Heels hotline is open if you want to join us. 265-0000.
Yeah, come on, let's get some calls, guys. I want to hear what people have to say.
Yeah, if you have a comment about vacations coming up. Where would you like to start? I know that you just got off of your Texas holiday.
I did. We took a family vacation. We try and go on one a year, and we usually spend, because we have 5 kids, that costs a lot of money, so we usually have it planned out about 6 or 8 months ahead of time.
Sure.
What we want to do, and then, save money so that we can have fun and enjoy it. So we just went to Texas for a week. I have a older sister who lives in Hill Country.
Okay.
So we combined family and fun.
Where's Hill Country?
That's Central.
Yeah, Austin,
Central
San
Texas.
Antonio. So she actually lives in Johnson City, Texas, home of LBJ's boyhood home. And we stayed in Canyon Lake is where our hotel was.
Oh, it's a beautiful place.
It really, we had so much fun. And that's something that I think, so we've done this for a while. My oldest is 12, and we take one family vacation a year. And something we've learned that helps us, first of all, save money is to get the hotel room that has a kitchen, because the kids wake up and they always want to eat right away, and it costs us $50 to eat at McDonald's. You know what I mean? So we always go to the grocery store, get breakfast food. We pack our lunch everywhere, but we always plan one activity a day and then leave the rest of it open to just hang out and enjoy that relaxation part of vacation instead of go, 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 go.
And that's a nice idea.
Yeah.
So you have a little plan, just one event per day.
Yes,
then,
one per day. So one day we went and did the natural caverns outside of there. And that was, I have to tell you guys, everyone that's listening, there's some in South Dakota, I guess. It was so much cooler than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
I was absolutely wowed. Every one of my kids loved it, from the 3-year-old to the 12-year-old, exploring the caves, going on the tour, learning new things. It was really fun. I was surprised.
When I was a kid, they called that the Wonder Cave.
Oh, the
and
Wonder
my
Cave.
folks took me. They renamed it something a little more
natural caverns.
sophisticated. Yeah, and it is very cool. It's not Carlsbad, but it's very cool.
Yeah. See, and now I think we need to plan a family vacation to that, because we enjoyed these caverns so much. So that's now on our bucket list, which is the cool thing about vacation, right? You go, you try it, you find something you like, and then you can just keep on doing that same thing in a different place of the United States if you don't want to fly.
By the way, to all Wyomingites, hills are about the best we can do in Texas. That's not much in the way of mountains.
No, I was going to say. Frank, when's the last time you went on vacation, Frank?
Just a couple of weeks ago.
Where'd you go? Oh, you went back to Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Saw Mama Gambino.
Yeah, so I mean, we just got to, I'm to the point where I got to get away from needing a vacation to get over my vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be too rushed. That was our whole thing, where we only planned one thing a day. We've done Disney Worlds where you do just boom, boom, Disney World, Sea World, Universal
You had to
Studios.
go to the bank to get a loan. For
and
God's
you're,
sakes,
man, tell me about it. Talk about planning. And then you're exhausted afterwards. So like I said, we've learned one thing, and if we're doing something like the theme parks and all that, we have one day where we just stay at the hotel and swim in between.
Yeah.
So everyone can recover.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because you don't want to be that whiny kid on the airplane.
Yes.
Frank.
Yes.
When we finally
At
took,
least you're planning ahead.
I think the most expensive mistake we ever made was taking Mary to Disney World. And it's not that that's a bad idea.
How old was she when you did
That's the thing. I want to say she was about 8 or 9.
Oh, that's all right.
Well,
that's
but
okay.
we waited just a little late because she was always a very mature 8 or 9.
So she was over.
So she was
princesses.
way too sophisticated to go talk to Snow White.
Or
And
goofy.
goofy, yeah. She liked the scary rides, okay, Space Mountain and stuff like that. But, yeah, you take her on the Enchanted Teacups and she was just bored silly. And I told Karen we spent a gazillion dollars and did the Epcot Death March.
Yeah.
Just a year or two too late. If we'd taken her here at 6 or 7,
It'd be
maybe.
different.
Yeah.
Don't you, when you get to the big theme parks nowadays, it's been a long time since I've been attended those with my children, but don't you buy a pass now that gets you to the front of the lines?
If you pay a bunch of extra money, you can
that
get
right?
a fast pass. But
Well.
if you have 5 children, it's not worth the $1,000.
Yeah, money always talks.
Yeah, they do. Well, and so that actually is a really good point, Roger. The cool thing about now is there's the internet and you can read all the reviews and get an idea. So with us, we went to Disney World when my daughter was little enough to enjoy princesses. And we also did Universal Studios. And honestly, if I had to do it again, I wouldn't have done Universal Studios. That's
Why?
better for the teenagers.
Yeah.
I see.
Because my youngest children couldn't do any of the rides, really.
And Disney's
honestly.
version is MGM, and Mary loved that. They
Yeah,
they had
yeah.
their Raiders of the Lost Ark show and everything, so she enjoyed that.
Well,
Yeah.
I was 16 and went back to Disneyland. I was looking for a lot of princesses at it.
Hello.
No, I was. No, it was a great place to meet young people, Disneyland. You know, you didn't have to go on all the rides and everything. So,
Well, it did amaze me how many people without children were there.
oh yeah,
I mean, I love a good Disney movie, but I am not by any means a Disney fanatic. And that's what the people watching there, the people that came in costume, that were on their honeymoons
my.
and stuff like that, that was interesting to me.
That's a little frightening.
It was interesting to me.
I was looking at some of the notes that you had provided. It was interesting about family travel. The top 5 destinations for millennial families. Did you see that?
I was surprised because
didn't-
I have to be honest.
Holy cow!
No way. All right. So the stat is 62% of traveling millennials have children who are under the age of 5. Okay. And 64% of millennial families have taken at least one international vacation, with the number 1 being Japan and then Thailand and Malaysia.
Really?
I would not. First of all,
Wow.
I debate the wisdom of taking a child that young overseas because my kids can't even remember what happened last night before
Right.
bedtime.
Yeah.
How much of that vacation are they really going to grow and learn from? But that,
Crazy.
negative Nancy point aside, I don't know that I would take my kids to Thailand or Lumpur. I mean, there's a post right now about sex trafficking up on our K2 website and how prevalent it is. And it just makes me
Crazy.
nervous to think about it.
Well, but you're right. You spend a lot of money to travel overseas, and if you're going to visit, Europe or somewhere in the Middle East, anywhere, you want them to remember it.
Yes.
You want them to soak up the culture
Yes.
and get why you go overseas to learn things.
And there are so many cool places here in the United States to go to. Like I said, those
Yeah.
caverns were awesome. And there is the whole Disney World thing and everything. And something that is starting to trend, which we actually did this, is grandparent holidays.
Grandparent holidays.
Grandparent holidays.
What are those?
So what that is oftentimes, as we were talking, you go and visit. Frank was saying you go and visit family for your vacation. Well,
Sure.
instead of going, for me back home to Milwaukee, this last time we flew my parents to Florida, met up with them in Florida, and did the Disney World thing with my parents.
I see.
So it's a grandparent holiday where you can make memories with your kids, but also you can have the grandparents there, which honestly, it was really nice to have 2 extra adults as we were doing everything.
And they had a good time too, the grandparents. I
As
assume.
far as I know, they did. They have wanted to do it again, so I guess that's a good sign. And also, I mean, I love going back home, but I mean, there's only so much to do in Milwaukee when you're going back every single year. So
What do you do in Milwaukee?
Drink beer, of course. That's what you do.
beer and brats, baby. Beer and brats. I would say that there's Lake Michigan.
Oh, of course.
When we go in the summer, we do the beach time. There's a really amazing public museum. There's the art museum. Right now, Summerfest is going on, which is the world's
Excellent.
largest outdoor music festival. Yeah, got in a lot of trouble there as a teenager.
Me too.
So, yeah.
In Milwaukee, Frank?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
The prices were cheap, and trust me,
Oh,
when
of
the
course.
drinking age in Illinois is a certain age and the drinking age in Wisconsin is a certain age, most people will go up there to just kind of,
Yeah.
They're not going to the Christian Science reading room in Wisconsin.
No, definitely not. Hey, Bob, we have a guest that just snuck in studio who also has a whole clan of children. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
How many children do we have now? You have to keep
He's
count.
ahead of me.
I have 6 kids, and I was listening to you guys,
I need to get caught up.
and I thought I need to call in, and then I realized I could just walk down the hall and put on a headset and pull up the microphone. I have some advice about vacationing and trips with lots of little kids, and this comes from an experience that was absolutely terrible.
I can't wait.
That we had last
Should
year.
I take notes? Should I be
well,
taking notes?
we planned a trip for Disneyland.
Oh.
This was last summer.
This was last
Okay.
winter.
All right.
And so we were going to Disneyland, got in the car, drove the hours and hours and hours all the way to California, only to have kid number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 all start puking and get sick. We
The
were
plague.
in quarantine
Oh, my
the
God.
entire first day and a half. So my advice is this, and I'm
Don't
also,
get
keep
sick.
in mind, I'm a Cub Scout, Cub Master, forever a scout, be prepared. The best
Was it
way I can
something
tell
you fed them or
to
what?
be prepared? No, well, I mean, listen, you can't plan for every eventuality, but the specific advice I want to give is this. Find your hotel and then pre-locate the pharmacies,
the Walgreens,
Oh.
yes.
the Walgreens,
Yes,
the Walmarts,
amen.
Ah,
the
good
Targets,
advice.
the Kmarts. You never know
Mhm.
what you're going to need. And frankly, it might be floaties.
Yeah, sure.
It
Yeah.
might need. It
Yeah.
might be that the pharmaceutical need or whatever else. I know we were in a frantic search because
Yeah.
we needed things
Sure.
and had no idea the best place to go.
That's really true. Looking at your hotel and where it is, we do that too. Because when we went to Disney World the first time, we had strep throat go through our whole entire family, so we needed to have
It's the
our
worst.
dog. Yeah, it is. But and same thing too. My husband always says if you forget to pack it, because I am a notorious overpacker, and packing for a
Oh.
family for 7, you
Oh.
can imagine the luggage fees and our car mileage goes down. But there's always, if you know where the Walgreens is, like this time we didn't pack any beach toys. We just went and bought $10 worth of beach toys at the Walgreens and then gave them to some other family that was on their way in when
Is
we were
that
on
the
our
trick?
way out.
Because we take them all pre-inflated.
No.
And my wife keeps telling me that's a terrible idea.
Yeah,
Stop
that's
doing
probably not
Sarah
one.
is wise beyond her years.
So I want to know how the trip ended up. So how long were they ill then?
It was basically a day and a half straight
Oh,
that we were
okay.
done. So we did Disneyland, then we went down the coast, and we actually found ourselves at the last day. We gave the kids a choice. We said, all right, we can go and maybe see the Grand Canyon because it was still kind of snowy, or we can go do an extra day at Disneyland. So we actually drove right back up the coast to Disneyland, did an extra day. We got to our hotel just in time to see the fireworks from the balcony.
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did a whole nother day at Disneyland and then came home. So after we were over it, after a day or so,
Not
everything
bad.
was great. It was the perfect trip.
So my question for you is, my mantra as a parent with many children is whatever is terrible now will be funny later. Okay? That is my mantra. That's how I get through things. Is it too soon, Tom, or is this funny now that everyone was sick? Because our strep throat is funny now.
I started laughing about it the day that it happened because our hotel also was under construction. There was no air conditioning.
course, yep.
It was, I mean, everything that could possibly go wrong was going wrong. So I started laughing immediately. Sarah, my wife, on the other hand,
Absolutely
I
not.
wouldn't even
It's still
bring the
too
topic
soon.
up,
Okay,
so.
I
Don't
won't.
even
I
bring it
won't.
up
I
today.
won't talk to
Don't
her
do it.
about it. Okay, too soon.
I took Josh and Tyler to the Grand Canyon, and it was closed the day that I was there.
Oh,
so it was
no.
incredible.
So now that you say that, that is so funny because our anniversary was during our vacation time.
Yeah,
And
14th.
one of my the 26th was our anniversary.
No, but it's 14 years.
14
Yeah, 14 years. Yes. Sorry.
Yes, okay.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Bob,
You're
did you
might
know
let
her
amazing.
anniversary?
You're amazing. So anyway, I am a huge fan of the HGTV show Fixer Upper with Chip and Joanne Gaines, and
What a delight. Yeah.
they have this in Waco, Texas. They have this bakery and all sorts of stuff like that. And
Oh.
when I first found out we were going to Texas, I said, "Hey, can we maybe stop by Waco?" And my husband is the road Nazi and said, "Absolutely not. It's 2 hours out of our way." Turns out he surprised me and we stopped at Waco, but here's the deal. It was closed already by the time we got there.
Oh, no.
And it was closed the next day because it was Sunday. And
And
they're
there's
closed
nothing
on
else
Sunday.
in Waco.
But
yeah.
he still got all the brownie points, and we did get there 5 minutes before they closed the gates, so I got a picture in front of the sign that proves I was there, so that counts.
Her television show is history now, right?
They did,
She's
and actually
retiring.
we were there the day she had her baby.
Oh, is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
she just had her 5th baby. A good
Yeah.
number, some might
I've
say.
never seen the show. I have no idea what you're
Oh.
talking
I
about.
have no idea.
They have
either.
lots of children. They're very wealthy. She has
They're
yeah.
furniture.
They're
Ah.
adorable, and
They're
they're
people I would
adorable.
hate, I can tell. Yeah.
They're adorable. Anyway, so speaking of being closed, but he still got all the brownie points, and it is a fun, loving memory now.
All right. So from today's program, travel safely and figure out where Walgreens is in case
Yes.
everybody gets ill. Is that
And
right?
plan one thing a day.
All right.
And figure out what you're going to wear before you go. We went to Europe, and Karen had more junk than Patton needed to take
She's an
to
overpack.
take
It's
Germany.
a girl thing. It's an overpacker.
In the water, ass in the sand, not a worry in a world of cold beer in my hand. Life is good today.
Kathy Holman, thank you.
Life is
Thanks
good
for having
today.
me, sir.